What do you mean the babysitter still asked to be paid after this incident? I genuinely think that's the most shocking part. But there's a lot of shocking parts. If you are not familiar with this story, this babysitter was hired to watch a young toddler when her mom went back to work. Typically, the dad is at home, and she was asking this babysitter to watch the baby for 3 days. And during this entire situation, there is a lot of backstory that people are missing. Apparently, the babysitter had set the baby upstairs with books and toys, and the mom was watching this on a video camera. She has video cameras throughout the entire house. She thought she was going to sit down and play with her baby, but instead she just gave the baby that stuff to play. She then goes downstairs, lays on the couch, tucks herself in, falls asleep. Then all of a sudden the mom can hear the baby crying on the video cam. She's like, okay, like what's going on? So she pops up on this video camera saying, hello, hello.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
As you can hear, the baby starts getting really upset and mom begins to panic. So then the mom sets off alarms that she can set off from her phone. I don't know if it's through the camera or it doesn't really matter. She's able to set off alarms in the home. And this is what these alarms sound like. Guys, I wish I was joking. Those alarms went off for a solid 1 to 2 minutes, and she did it twice because she continues to hear her baby at the top of the steps, and she is so concerned that panic finally sets in, and she is like, I think I'm going to have to leave work. Like, you can hear her talking to her coworkers in the background saying, I'm gonna have to go. And as she's saying this, the baby falls down the steps.
I'm afraid I have to leave. No, go. The babysitter's supposed to be taking her, and look, she doesn't even react to the alarm. My baby's
This mom reacts fast and accordingly, and she does begin to call officers explaining the situation. But for whatever reason, the officers misunderstand her, don't realize that she's saying that the babysitter is sleeping, completely neglecting her baby. And when they get there, they're super concerned about the woman. Now, at first, you are kind of like, well, maybe there really is something going on with this woman. How is she not waking up to these alarms? But when I tell you it gets worse, it gets worse. The officers come to the door after the little girl finally is in front of her, just screaming and crying. She is so upset that finally it wakes her up, and then there's a knock on the door. The officers are asking just how the woman sleeping is. Does not ask how the baby is doing, does not really look into how the baby is feeling. And at one point, the officer actually tries to put the baby back into the house with this woman, and the baby freaks out. Finally, the babysitter gets in contact with the mom, and you guys have to brace yourself.
I really got no sleep last night. I swear. I know, I'm sorry. She's perfectly fine. Nothing happened to her.
She tells the mother nothing happened to her child, even though the mother saw her child fall down the steps. She also has this like disgust, almost like, how dare the mother challenge her? She says, I know, I'm just so tired. What? But after the entire situation, it just gets worse. The babysitter sends the mom this text. It says, I know that's not an excuse, and I know you'll never trust me babysitting your kid again. I just want you to know I am really, truly, deeply sorry, and that I hope she is perfectly fine. You can also just Zelle me the money you have my number. I don't care. The mom says, you still want me to pay you? Are you out of your mind? She responds, no, I'm not out of my mind, but I understand where you're coming from. But I did actually watch your kid for 9 hours through the shift, was a 10 hours. And that's truly on my part, and I'm truly sorry. The audacity to ask this mother to still pay her after you were neglecting her baby. Now, the mom has shared a couple of updates. I will tag her down in the comments. She does say in this recent update that this woman has a really strong and dark past, and that she is sorry for her, but this is where she explains that she was just giving out books and toys to my baby so she could distract herself. It's what makes me the most mad is that she knew my baby needed to be supervised and decided to get comfortable, pull a blanket up, and leave the baby to herself. I do want to state that this woman is 19 years old. I do believe believe she found her on a babysitting site. I could be wrong about that. If I am, drop it in the comments. But apparently this girl is still trying to go on babysitting sites and babysit for other people's children. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys think. Did you see these videos? Tell me your thoughts down in the comments.